Nick is a geologist who lives in seclusion in the forest. His daily job is to collect stones for research. One day, while he was pondering over a piece of ore in his hand, his right hand that was supporting on the ground was suddenly bitten by a poisonous snake. The tearing pain instantly made Nick shiver all over. He quickly took out a knife and cut the wound open, then sucked out the venom with his mouth. At this moment, his whole body had an emergency reaction. He had no choice but to leave the scene and rush back to his cabin. After a frantic run tumbling all the way, he finally made it back to his dwelling before losing consciousness. As the toxin began to spread throughout his body, his vision gradually became blurred until he could no longer see anything clearly. That night, Nick seemed to hear the sound of knocking in a daze, and there was also the sound of a helicopter circling. He wanted to struggle to get up and see what was going on, but his body, still affected by the toxin, remained immobile. He didn't know how much time had passed. The suffering Nick seemed to wake up from hunger. He struggled to climb out of bed and drank a few sips of water. Immediately afterwards, he fell into a deep coma again. Time flew by and a full 21 days passed. The toxin in Nick's body finally dissipated. His body returned to its original state. After washing and tiddying up, Nick decided to go to town to buy some food. At this time, his car was covered with dust. Fortunately, it could still start normally, but what Nick didn't know was that at this moment, only his car was running in the entire town. In fact, the world had already changed, but Nick had no idea what was going on. When he entered the town, he found that there was not a single person around. It was not until he saw a display screen flashing with subtitles that Nick learned that a terrible plague had broken out globally. He immediately thought of his relatives, so he headed straight for his parents' house as soon as possible. On the way, he didn't see anyone, nor did he see any vehicles. When he arrived at his parents' residence, he found it eerily quiet here. A bad premonition came over him.